this should be interesting because I'm probably just not going to understand these 5-star reviews at all. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Nakia. Welcome to my channel. We are here to do what you wanted me to do. I will be reading 5-star reviews for books I didn't like. And I can only imagine how interesting this is going to be because, like, I don't know. To me, the 1-star reviews are always laughable. I mean, some irritated me, but these I'm just not going to be able to understand because if I didn't like the book, I'm really going to think you just smoking crack. But anyway, let's just get to it, shall we? All right, we're going to start with a classic, The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I had to read this because everyone talks about it. And when you read horror books, everybody's like, you have to read The Haunting of Hill House if you consider yourself a horror fan. So I did. I ended up giving it, I think, like 2.5 stars. I think mostly for the atmosphere. Story-wise, just didn't do it for me. So anyway, let's see what some of you people had to say. This one says, The Haunting of Hill House is justly revered as an exemplar of the horror genre. Exemplar, I don't even know what that means. Not only because its plot provides the template for all those haunted house tales to come, but also because its superb prose and subtle psychology transcend genre, transforming what might otherwise have been merely a sensational tale into an artful novel worthy of a discerning reader. This person clearly wants to be a professor or something because they have a lot to say and very wordy. I've heard so many people say that about this is like the epitome of the haunted house genre. I don't get that. I am someone who loves haunted house movies. I have read quite a few haunted house books. I don't get that. Maybe it's just me. I thought it was quite boring. If you don't know what this book is about, it is basically like, I think it's like 3-4 people go to stay at this haunted house to see if it's haunted, which yes, that is done, you know, over and over now. But other than that, I mean, yeah, there's like the professor who invites the people and then you have like the experts in their field or whatever. They all have their little skills like I don't even remember because that's how it didn't stick with me. But yeah, I don't get the whole transcend genre and transforming what might otherwise have been a sensational tale into an artful novel. It wasn't artful to me either. So let's read another one, shall we? And let me just say, I always forget to do the disclaimer. This is all in good fun. I'm happy everyone is reading. So I don't care if you liked it, didn't like it. It's just fun to just see other people's opinions. When I finish reading a book, generally, if I didn't like it or I DNF it, I go to look for people's reviews that are similar because I just want to know am I crazy? Am I the only one? If I love a book, I don't want to hear what you got to say. So, and I never look really to see if people like a book that I didn't like. Like I said, I'm usually looking to see if people agree with me. So again, this is all in good fun. Just here to have fun. It's great either way. Let's see another one. Okay, I don't get this one. This book is not about fear, but rather about the love of being afraid for the ravenous gouging of limits. What is up with these people? I hope these people are writers because your words. Adrenaline is searched for, neurosis and a dreadful collective paranoia ensues and cause naturally follows effect. Did I read the same book? I did not fall in love with this book. I didn't get any of that. Like I said, I did enjoy Shirley Jackson's writing, and that's what kept me going because it would have been a DNF. And also, I think I read this in the fall, so I just had the fall vibes, and it was cozy. But all this that people are getting, this whole like gouging of limits. I don't even know what else to say to this one. Let's move on. Okay, here's another one where I hope they are writing. The Haunting of Hill House is about exactly as the title described. And yet, knowing all that is to come enhances instead of detracts from the building dread that begins right as the novel opens. There was no dread for me. Okay. The reader is introduced to a motley crew of intrepid explorers. Intrepid explorers, dare I say. Advancing on the hidden Hill House as part of a spiritual experiment. And the terrors unfurl from there. There were no terrors. That was the main thing that got on my nerves about this book. I just kept waiting to be scared, and I never was. Yes, it takes a lot to scare me, but I can easily get creeped out reading a book if it's described in a good way. I never got creeped out. I never got scared. Now we get some sun. I got none of that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all these 5-star reviews are going to be, is her writing and the terror and this was the template. Okay, sure. Agree to disagree. Let's move on. Okay, this next one, I did a whole review on this, so you can go check out that video to see how I felt. But Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I just loved it so much. I think I gave it 2 stars, I think. So much just irritated me with the plot and the twist. So yeah, this one is about a couple who are away for an anniversary trip. The husband suffers from facial blindness and they're both keeping secrets from each other. I generally don't like domestic thrillers, and this book confirmed why I don't. So let's get into some of these reviews. Someone said, definitely another big winner for me. So smart, shocking, deliciously unique. Okay, may I proudly announce not only my favorite book of the author, but also the best thriller of the year. Ovation ceremony already started. Did we read the same book? Your favorite book of the year? Your standards aren't that high. I'm sorry. Favorite thriller of the year? I don't agree. Her writing was fine, because I mean, I got through it, so it didn't bother me. I just didn't, the thrilling part, I just didn't. I just feel like she missed such an opportunity with the whole facial blindness thing, and I didn't feel like she researched it well enough. Anyway, okay. Ovation. No, we're not doing that. We're sitting down. We're leaving. Let's find another one. Oh my Lord. This person said, hello Netflix, hello BBC, hello Hollywood. Are you listening? Please don't listen, any of you. Don't make a movie out of this. Please, God, don't. It is very interesting being on this side of things now, because I was always just a movie and TV watcher. So I was one of those people that I wouldn't even know a movie was based on a book till I'd see the credits. I'd be like, oh, this is based on a book. So now it's very interesting being on this other side where I hear about books or read them first. And I'm surprised that some of these become movies, because they'll be like 3-star books. But please don't make this into a movie. If you do, I hope you make it better. But like Woman in the Window, we didn't need to do that. Anyway, they also said, I am impressed and I had to rate this book 5 stars because I like the twist after all that crazy mind. That's how they put it. It turned out better than any of the recent thrillers. Rock, paper, scissors, bet which one you got. What? Okay. They also used that whole rock, paper, scissors thing in the book, and it was dumb to me. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out better for me. It turned out worse. This was one of my most anticipated books of the year, and I was so disappointed because, again, I just really thought they were going to do something interesting. Anyway, let's move on. All right, I'm going to end on this one. These people are crazy. They put word of the year, masterclass. I hope people don't take this as a masterclass. Please don't. Please. Oh, my Lord. Now, suggest perfection or nearly there. We clearly did not read the same book. Please go check out my review, because I pointed out a lot of the plot holes, a lot of things that just didn't make sense. I will just tell you quickly. This man suffered from facial blindness, but he also just seemed to not have a clue about anything else. He had no sense of smell. His hearing wasn't that good. I just don't understand, because I do know that when someone loses one of their senses like sight or hearing, the other senses heighten. And again, clearly that didn't happen for him, so I don't think this was perfection. Let's move on. God. Okay, this next one I also have talked about. This was on my worst books of 2021 list, I'm pretty sure. Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones. This is just a case of, it's 2 things. I did not get what I expected, and I didn't like the direction we went in instead. Because you can go into a movie not knowing what you're gonna get, but be pleasantly surprised with where you go. I'm just saying movie. Book, same thing. But this was not the case for me. I didn't get what I wanted, and I didn't like the direction we went in. But this is a story about a group of friends. They find this mannequin, and they decide to play a prank on one of their other friends with this mannequin, and then it's supposed to be like all hell ensues. That synopsis is not completely accurate in my opinion. But anyway, let's move on to some of these reviews. This person says, the love affair with Stephen Graham Jones continues. And then they put a black heart. Absolutely love this bizarre novella about friendship, pranks gone wrong, and making sacrifices for the greater good, ? Oh God, maybe I didn't get the message. I can't even really talk about this book because it's a novella and I would give away something, but there is a character in this book who ends up doing things that are just not right. And there's no greater good in that. I think that was my other problem with this book. I just could not understand this character's perspective and I didn't like it. And then it left with an open ending on top of that. And so I got to the end and I was like, what the hell did I just read? So about friendship, I didn't get that either. They were not good friends to each other. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this person says, OMG, what I just read. It is written by our main character's perspective. He is telling the story like one of your friends is talking to you. I don't want a friend like that. Again, I think people have a twisted idea of friendship. I don't want a friend like this. If you read the book, you will know. If you've already read it, you know. If this is the kind of friend you want, okay, I'm questioning you. Okay, we'll end on this one. I've only read 2 of Stephen Graham Jones's books so far. I've only read 1. But I'm thinking he's definitely going to be on my auto-buy list. I spent a lot of Night of the Mannequins wondering what was really going on. And even when I reached the end, there was a part of me that was left guessing. I loved it. No, I was left guessing and I hated it. Let's just move on. I'd really like to know who gave this one 5 stars. Okay, so we're going to move on to, this was like one of my first reads when I got into BookTube and got back into reading in 2020 because I was so intrigued by the cover. Fortunately, I was let down. Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. Go ahead and take a moment. This one was supposed to be a haunted house book set in a fictional store like IKEA, as you can see from the cover. So I was so intrigued and so excited about the format and everything. It was formatted like a catalog. As I said, I was disappointed. So let's get into some of these. This person says, the whole design of this book is phenomenal. I'll give you that. It's just very cleverly put together. It was a pleasure to read and I'm already looking forward to a reread. A reread? No. I skimmed a good probably 50% of this book. Reread? No. I've never read a bad book by this author. A+. I have not read another one yet, but this really turned me off. I do plan to try him again because people keep telling me I need to read the Exorcism one and the vampire one. So I do plan to read those, but I don't have my hopes up. Let's try another one. Okay, I'm seeing a pattern here. This one says, this is a book for anyone who revels in a well-designed book. It's a spot-on parody of IKEA style. I particularly enjoyed the contrast between the front and rear covers. Seriously, the book earns 5 stars on art direction and layout alone. That's not what we're here for, people. No. I believe a lot of these 5-star reviews are just for the layout and the cover. That is not what we're here for. I gave him probably the 2 stars for that. No, maybe 1 for that. And I enjoyed his writing, but it just wasn't scary. Don't be giving 5 stars for the cover and the layout. Don't do that. I'll finish on this one because, most of these people are just gushing over the layout and how unique it was and all of that. This person says, this book is creepy and claustrophobic in the best way. Not only is the location unique, but the background on the haunting is a lot of fun to read. That is where I disagree. And that was my major problem with this. The background on the haunting, the villain of the story, just did not scare me. That's what ruined it for me because when we found out what was going on and why, that's where I was like, okay, am I supposed to be scared of this? Also, when you have a character in a horror book story who gives you a whole monologue about why they're doing what they're doing, I'm not scared anymore. You just sat up here and ran your mouth and told me everything. I'd rather not know why you're doing what you're doing. So that's what ruined it for me. Let's move on, shall we? All right, we're gonna round this off with a book I also did a review on. You can check it out. But this is another example of I did not get what I wanted, and what I did get, I wasn't happy with. I'm speaking of The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. Notice a lot of these books are horror books, which is why I've been reading less horror lately because I just don't like a lot of them. But anyway, this one is about a young lady who's working at a motel, the Sundown Motel. Her aunt went missing decades ago or whatever. She decides to investigate to find out what happened to her aunt. So we have 2 timelines. We go between the aunt and the niece. And the aunt is also investigating something. So Anyway, by this cover, I thought I was getting creepy haunted motel. Since I read it, I've seen some people say it's a thriller. I had known that when I read it because I went into it thinking it was a horror. So let's read some of these reviews. This person said, OMG, I am speechless. So am I by the start of this review. I think what made this book so special was the feeling it gave me. The creepy chills down my spine. Feelings I had the entire book. I am not sure how an author can manage to spin such an atmospheric feel with words that you are entirely caught up in the whole vibe. I will say in the very beginning, it was creepy and I did get those, vibes. I was unsettled. I was on edge of my seat. And then we got more into it and it turned from horror to thriller and I was not creeped out anymore. I was more like, why are we still doing this? Why are we looking into this situation? I thought we were supposed to be finding out what happened to your aunt. Let's move on. Okay, this one says, hot damn, this was so good. I wish I agreed. They said, creepy, chilling, atmospheric, brilliant. Bravo, Simone St. James. This book will make you believe in ghosts. It did not make me believe in no damn ghosts. They said lights turning on and off, doors opening and closing, the smell of cigarette smoke in the air, a hint of perfume, a woman in a floral dress telling you to run. Let me just tell you right now, most of that was in the first few chapters. Don't go into this book thinking you're getting this throughout, because that's what I thought. And that's not what you're getting. Yeah, my daughter was reading this first. She had picked it and she was like, I'm bored. I don't like it. And I was like, well, I'll take it. I wanted to read it too. And I pushed through and finished it and ended up not liking it. But yeah, no. Don't let him fool you. No. My face, I'm just like, okay. This one says, spooky, spine-tingling suspense and creepy. Again, only in the beginning. The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James is an engrossing, dark, gripping, chilling, and fabulous gothic mystery thriller that I was immediately drawn into. Gothic? Where'd you get gothic? I like gothic. This was not gothic. I clearly missed something. No. Gothic for me was the death of Mrs. Westaway, when you were in this old creepy house, overcast days and rain and fog. That's gothic. Silent Companions, gothic. Gothic, this was not. I'm sorry. No. Everybody keeps saying this was creepy and chilling. I clearly read a different book. As I said, it was creepy in the very beginning, like first 4 chapters maybe. Then after that, I was bothered, not creeped out. Bothered in the, now we're looking at grisly murders of women. I didn't ask for that. These people make me laugh. A ghost story so gripping, it brings the creepy, rundown Sundown Motel to life. I felt like I was in the midst of all the dark and hostile unrest. People talking about dark and hostile unrest. I didn't get any of that. Maybe towards the end it got a little creepy again, I think. But again, I don't remember. I was not scared 1 iota. So it's just funny that people were, I guess. Maybe these people also don't read horror. Maybe that's the other thing. Because it wasn't creepy to me. We've already established that. This person said, not every book deserves a float, but this one does. No, they don't. And what books get floats? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Don't get this book no float. All right, we're going to end on this one. Now that is how you write a spooky ghost story that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. No, it's not. No, it is not. Again, I need to check these people's books. You can do that on Goodreads. You can compare books, or I can just go look. Because again, I don't think they've read horror books, because this was not creepy. It was not spooky. It's a thriller, crime type of thriller. Go into it knowing that. And if that's the kind of books you like, you will like this. I know it's probably similar to her recent book that just came out. Forgot the name of it. But ghost story, haunted motel, don't go into it looking for that. That's my problem with it. So anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. You asked for it. I delivered. This will be a new series. So I will do some more 1-star reviews for books I loved later on down the line. You know, I gotta get some more under my belt. And of course, I'll do this one again a little later in the year. So again, hope you enjoyed. And this was all in good fun. If you know any of these people, if you are any of these people, it's all in fun. I am glad. I'm always glad anyone enjoys these books. So again, just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you don't have to like it. I just have a different opinion. But feel free to let me know in the comments how you felt about any of these books. If you agree with me, if you agree with these 5-star reviews, let's talk about it. Let's have a little chat because you know I love to. And if you don't have a comment related to this video, but you just want to show me some love, you can leave me what do we want to do? You can leave me a sunflower emoji for my beautiful sunflowers here because I'm just feeling them in the springtime weather. As always, ways you can support my channel will be linked below, and I will probably try to link to some of these reviews that I've done previously so you can get my full thoughts on these books. But I think that is all for this video, ladies and gentlemen. So until next time, snuggle up in your hideaway with a good book, unplug as much as possible, especially from the news. Be kind to all kind, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.